In this video, I'm going to share with you proverbs that talks about our relationship with other people. I mean, there are over how many billion people on the planet Earth, and we get to interact with more than one person, from our relationship with our families, with our spouses or partners, to work relationships, and just every interaction with another human being. These Yoruba proverbs will give you more insight into managing those relationships just so that they go as long as they ought to go for. And just so that while the relationship subsists, you are doing your part in maintaining the relationship until you can no longer do it. I'm just kidding. These proverbs will give you insight into maintaining relationships. There's some relationships that have gone bad and they really didn't have to, if the parties in the relationship kind of remember this word of our ancestors. So let's get into the first one. Akin forosoro, aforosoro kinje ki oruton laye, Afrika sonka kinje ki ika ton boro. Now this literally translates to, we don't repay evil for evil. The person who repays evil for evil multiplies evil, and the person who repays wickedness with wickedness multiplies wickedness. So this proverb is saying that sometimes you just let go. Sometimes you don't really have to repay evil for evil. And because if everyone avenges for one eye, then everyone would really have just one eye. Everyone in the world will go on, the entire world will almost go blind. And so this proverb is talking about forgiveness, especially in relationships. The chances that someone that you know and have a close relationship with will offend you is significantly high. The fact that they're close to you means that they are going to offend you. And this proverb is saying that you do not need to repay wickedness with wickedness, not just those that are close to you alone, even when other people offend you. So this proverb is trying to preach forgiveness and saying there's many things that we really should let go and forgive, so that the world will be a better place. Because when everyone goes about seeking vengeance and revenge, then the world is really going to be in a lot of chaos. And so sometimes just let go and forgive. Do you agree with this proverb? Let me know in the comments. Or are you team, if you strike me on one eye, I'm going to strike you on one eye as well? Do you live by the principle in this proverb, or do you live by the principle of an eye for an eye? An eye for an eye makes the world go blind. So, akin forosoro, aforosoro kinjeki oruton laye, Afrika sonka kinjeki ikaton boro. Iwajowa ninjore jore. This translates to similar characters, similar behavior, and similar attributes makes friendship works better. So I know that there are instances where people that are friends are like the opposite of one another in terms of temperament and across some factors. This proverb is saying that when you align on certain things, on like the core values and core principles, it just makes friendship a lot more easier to manage. Because and this is not rocket science really, because when people have similar values, then the chances of having friction in the course of the relationship significantly reduces, because they're aligned in values. They're mostly seeing things nearly the same way, or at least not contrasting. Because where there's a lot of contrast, then you need more tolerance. And while tolerance is easy to preach, it's not really easy to practice. This proverb is saying that it's probably counseling that if you're trying to get into a close relationship with someone, you need to be sure that you're aligned on, at the very least, your core values. And you kind of see things from very similar perspective, and you're not just on the opposite end of one another, because then it's not that it's not going to work, but it's just going to take a lot more level of patience and tolerance and forgiveness. And it's just a bit more, it requires a bit more than when the parties are similar in the first place. So do you have a friend who is very, very different from you? Let us know in the comments how you make it work. Someone that is on the opposite end and you are on the other opposite as well. Share with us in the comments. Would love to read from you how you make it work. Or do you largely develop friendships and relationships with people who are largely like you? Ìwà jọ̀wà ní ń jọ̀rẹ́. Àríyànjiyàn ní ń bọ̀rẹ́ jẹ́. Àríyànjiyàn ní ń ba ọ̀rẹ́ jẹ́. Àríyànjiyàn ní ń bọ̀rẹ́ jẹ́. This proverb is saying, it literally translates to controversies and doubts. These are some of the things that destroys friendship, when there are doubts and then the parties cannot really trust each other anymore because issues are not being discussed, issues are not being addressed, and so they fester to the point of, I don't know what this person is thinking. I'm not going to let them know what I'm thinking. And just when that begins to happen, the friendship is already on sinking ground and is very near collapse. These days, a lot of people think, oh, I don't owe anyone an explanation. I'm just going to live my life and I don't owe anyone an explanation. This proverb is saying that if you are in a close relationship with someone, then you do owe them some explanation, because where you need to give an explanation that really just clears things up, and you don't do that because you're living by the principle of I owe no one, no explanation, you're really making room for the friendship to collapse, because it's only a matter of time where the disagreements that are unresolved, there are doubts and controversies that are not resolved, the friendship is not going to last anymore. So you do owe those that you care about, those that are in close relationship with you, you do owe them an explanation, just so that you all are on the same page. And that's one way to effectively manage your relationships with others, whether it be those you're in a romantic relationship with or those you are in a work relationship with. And by work, I mean maybe your founders, your co-founders, and your sponsors and all of that. So you do owe certain people an explanation. Yes, you do. Because àríyànjiyàn ní ń ba ọ̀rẹ́ jẹ́. I like this one. It says, ká fi gègé gún ara ẹni kí a tó fi gún ọmọ ẹyẹ. Gègé in this context means like ball point, the ball point of a pen, right? So it's saying that you should pierce yourself with that to see how it feels before you do that to a little bird. So this proverb is saying that in your relationship with other people, treating people the same way you want to be treated, and something that you know is going to hurt you, you should not do that onto someone else, right? So it's talking about, what's the word? So this proverb largely preaches doing unto others as you'd like it to be done unto you, and not hurting someone, especially when you know that it would hurt you if the same thing is done to you. Think about how you'd feel about a matter before you act it out onto another person. So yes, that's what this proverb is talking about. Ká fi gègé gún ara ẹni kí a tó fi gún ọmọ ẹyẹ. This proverb is saying, don't just act without thinking about how it will make the other person feel, or thinking about how it will make you feel if the same was done to you. In other words, put yourself in other people's shoes before you act a certain way towards them. How would you feel if this is being done to you? If your spouse cheated on you, how would you feel? Think about that before you cheat on them. Yes, I said that. If you don't want your brother to act a certain way towards you, then you shouldn't act that way towards them, right? So do unto others as you'd like it to be done to you, and always consider how you feel about a matter before acting it out towards the other person. Ká fi gègé gún ara ẹni kí a tó fi gún ọmọ ẹyẹ. Ọmọ ẹyẹ, of course, means another person. It doesn't mean like a little bird. It's a figurative expression. And I really like this one. Ṣẹ̀mí bẹ̀ ọ́ lógún ọ̀rẹ́. Ṣẹ̀mí bẹ̀ ọ́ lógún ọ̀rẹ́. This means that offenses are inevitable in a close relationship, but what makes the relationship work? And of course, by now, when I say relationship, I mean any kind of relationship between people, between humans. And so what makes it work is the fact that there's forgiveness. So you offend me and I forgive you. You offend me and I forgive you. That's what makes the relationship work. The relationship doesn't work because there are no offenses or no no one is stepping on anybody's toes, is that when it does happen, sometimes, most times unintentionally, of course, the other party is able to forgive the one who has done wrong, and that way the relationship continues to thrive. So not because of a lack of offense, but because of abundance of forgiveness and lots of forgiveness. And I do believe that where there's forgiveness, really, the relationship is going to go on and on if both parties really live by this principle of Shemi Beo, that is, you offend me and I forgive you. I offend you and you forgive me. Right. Of course, this does not mean that you go on to intentionally offend your your partner, which could be any form of partner now. But the fact that you have a posture of forgiveness and you're ready to forgive as soon as the need arises. And sometimes you even forgive them in advance for the wrong that they're going to do to you. And so that way the friendship is maintained, or the relationship is maintained. So which of these proverbs stands out to you the most? Which of them stands out to you the most? Let us know in the comments. I would love to read from you. Some of the proverbs that I've just shared with you in this video are called from our book, Ancient Wisdom for Modern Life. You can get a copy on our website, rootstump.com, and also download tons and tons of free resources on our website, rootstump.com. Again, everything will be linked in the video, and you should watch the next video right here. A famous Yoruba folktale which I retold in my own voice right here. If you're not subscribed to our channel, do well to subscribe to our channel already. If you enjoy Yoruba folktales, you can watch one Yoruba folktale right here, which is called from our book, Tales from Our Ancestors. It's one of my favorite stories, and I'm so happy to share that with you, narrated in my own voice. Of course, it's a Yoruba folktale. And if you missed any of the episodes on the Oyato show, you can catch it up here. And if it is the Oyaso Yoruba show, this which is for those that are looking to learn how to speak the language, where you actually speak the language Waso Yoruba. And so you can catch that over here too. Again, all of this will be linked in the description. If you're not subscribed to our channel, would love for you to do that. Hit the subscribe button and be a part of the Rootstump family. And having said that, I will see you in the next video. I am Omalia Abisola. Odabo. Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹṣin òwe, bọ́rọ̀ bá sọnù òwe la.